We had more schools over stadiums news this week. The sort of the big news was that the Las Vegas or the Nevada Supreme Court said no, you can't do your referendum this year. Um, at this point, it was already too late to get names, to
Signatures,
get
yeah,
enough
yeah.
signatures anyway. I honestly think even if we'd gotten this news a month ago, it was too late. But the this is not this is not the end of the road for this. So there's two different things. They're still suing the state of Nevada
Uh-huh.
um, over SB1, saying that it's like an illegal bill, that there's deficiencies with it that make the bill a bad bill that can't be enforced or whatever.
It's like
The A's are
unconstitutional,
so
right?
upset and worried about this. I don't actually know how upset and worried they are, or how much this is damaging investment, but the A's don't have any investors. So, that lawsuit could be one of the reasons why. And the A's have tried to because Schools Over Stadiums is specifically suing the state of Nevada. The state of Nevada is the ones who are defending themselves. The A's have said we'll be willing to pay for a lawyer to defend you because the A's want to get rid of this lawsuit. So the A's view this as a threat that they're willing to spend money to get rid of. So,
Mhm.
that is a real threat. It's not Mickey Mouse nothing. The A's would not be John Fisher's a cheap son of a bitch. He would not be he would not be willing to pay a $500 an hour lawyer, because that's probably what he's, charging, something like $500 an hour or something. He'd not be doing this to try and get rid of this lawsuit. So that's real, and that's still happening, and that's going to happen. Now, the other thing is that
Mhm.
Schools Over Stadiums is exploring um, a referendum in 2026. So it's a lot cheaper to collect signatures when you have a year to do it rather than 4 weeks. It's a lot cheaper and easier to do it. So they'd probably be able to do that if they can get the right millionaire or billionaire to back them. And they still have people who they've been talking to who want to do that. So they're really hoping to be able to do that. Now, it's really unclear what exactly, that referendum would be on, because by 2026 there might be shovels in the ground. There might be money that has exchanged hands by then. But a referendum like that can really, and I think the right term here is just rat fuck it. Like it would be designed to just cause chaos. It would be designed to punish the governments that are involved in it and to cause just like havoc with their finances. And that's not too late. So, by then the A's definitely will be in Sacramento. I really think it is it's worth it to stay involved in this case, to stay interested in it, because, if it gets rat fucked. Like if John Fisher just like loses the ability to build his stadium in 2026 or 2027 in Las Vegas, the A's are stranded in Sacramento,
Mhm.
and who knows where they end up.
And that's when
Um,
Vivek swoops in and buys it and becomes the savior of Sacramento.
yeah, I mean, it's a sort of a bittersweet ending, but if A's fans can sort of take John Fisher down with them, that's I'll always say that that's a victory.
Yeah,
So
well,
so
I
that's where
actually
we're at.
yeah,
It's not over.
I talked to Chris Daly yesterday too. I had a phone conversation with him about it just to kind of see what happened and see his
Mhm.
reaction.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're disappointed. I don't want to sugarcoat it, but he was like, yeah, we already passed the make or break point. In his view, it was last week. So he he thought 7 weeks was like the bare minimum where they would have a shot for 102,000
Yeah.
signatures, and that's pretty bold,
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know if they could have done that, but
yeah, so because I mean, they don't even have the people to go gather these signatures yet, or
they would have
it's
had to hire them. Yeah.
they would. I mean, it would have been a lot of money. And he also said that they raised about $200,000 total, but that's pretty much all. From what I understand, it's already accounted for because what he said is that paid for almost all of our legal bills. So it's like they're still
Yeah.
paying off. So it's like yeah, they raised a lot of money, but you know. that money's already gone. So it's like they
Well,
need to do
okay, I don't
another
want to. I don't.
nice one.
You know, that sounds worse than it is. So that money's already gone, but what that has bought that lawsuit, that
Yeah,
other lawsuit.
yeah,
So that money is not already gone, right? Like that money has bought that lawsuit that they're going to sue Nevada for, and they still have a donor or two that's going to get them, as I understand it, that's going to get them across the line with that lawsuit. So, it, it, it's not, it shouldn't be that defeatist because, in that $200,000, like the reason why there are other donors out there that are helping them, get their lawsuits done is because that $200,000 existed, like people came on board because of that. And, you
yeah.
know, people will come on board if they try another referendum because of that. So, you know, you can't always have, Oakland A's fans know you can't always win.
Yeah.
But you keep fighting for the next day, and it's the season isn't over. It's not over.
Yeah.
It just ain't over. And
That's what I
you
was.
know
That's what I asked him too. I was like, "So what's up with the lawsuit?" Because I haven't really heard anything, and it sounds like it's
yeah.
still kind of in this weird, bureaucratic limbo because the A's filed a motion to intervene, but the technically it's another PAC called the Strong Public Schools Nevada that's leading the
Yeah.
charge on that one. They're opposing it. And so now they're waiting to see if the A's can intervene or not. So it's just this kind of waiting game. And I asked Chris Daly if he had a timeline about the lawsuit. He said he didn't know at the time. He'd have to check with his lawyers. So it sounds like if he's like, we're just kind of at the mercy of the courts, and we all know that the courts don't go fast. So who knows?
But
This could drag on,
in some
but
cases that's good. In
yeah.
some cases that's good for them because they're just trying to delay and cause uncertainty.
Yeah, because he was saying there's like a scenario where in a couple years, like they could challenge the Clark, like there could already be shovels in the ground, but they could challenge the Clark County municipal bonds that are underwriting, a lot of this construction. So that could be like 120 million that could throw this thing out of whack. So and like he was saying, there was a lot of different scenarios, have iterations and mutation, permutations, or what there's like a whole bunch of different ways this thing can go. So um, you know,
This
nobody
has
knows at this
gotten,
point. Yeah.
yeah, it's gotten farther than anyone expected it to get. So, keep supporting schools over stadiums, either financially or just with your hopes and prayers.